Rachel, let's talk Whitworth tennis. It's our first opportunity to have this video for the 2026 season, spring part of the season. Just talk about the makeup of this team, what you like about the roster you've been able to put together, and where you think this can take us.
Yeah, this is going to be a really enjoyable year because we have a lot of experience, which usually helps us be strong competitors out on the court, and I think we can expect that again this year as well. But additionally, we've got a team of really mature, smart women, and so what this first match against LC State that we got to play this weekend showed us was just that we're a team that's going to be adaptable in a really high tennis IQ way. We've had glimpses of that in the past. We've had individual players who are good at that piece, but I'm excited because I think we have a full roster of women who are capable of making changes. They see it well, and they actually have the tool set to be able to execute those changes, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
So you got to officially open the season this past weekend down at Lewis Clark State. Kind of an annual thing for you to open with those folks. The team score may not be reflective of how overall competitive a match is. Just talk about how that played out for us on Saturday.
Definitely. So we dropped to Lewis Clark State 0-7. That being said, you mentioned this is something we do annually, and we just have a great relationship. We love going there. Their coach Kai Fong is wonderful, and we just our players and their players get along really well, and there's a mutual respect there. That's really, really fun to go down and have that be our first competitive experience outside of our conference play. However, when we go down there, it's almost always our first match of the season, and they're always usually like 3 to 4 to 5 matches in, and I'm going to say that showed this weekend. It was evident that they had been just a little bit, they were a little sharper in their ability to compete and come out ready to execute their game plans. What I was excited about for us is that the adaptations to play against a high-level team like LC State happened really quickly for us, even though it was our first match back. So yes, we want to ideally make those changes quicker. I think we can compete with LC State. I'm so thrilled that we get to play them again on our courts later this season, because that's always a really good way for us to judge just how far we've come in the season. And man, my players are excited for it too. It's no one likes winning. We're a competitive team. We like to win, but they all are walking away from this match also recognizing, hey, this is doable and we're going to be ready next time. And we know precisely what it is we need to work on to be ready for next time.
Well, you're also going to be able to find out how much you've learned this coming weekend, too, when you get to play Whitman College, you know, the school that's kind of been leading the pack for the last few years in the Northwest Conference. Talk about that matchup and the challenge it presents, and how excited this team is for that.
Yeah, it's no mistake. We try to put some tough matches in front of us before we play Whitman, because they are such a strong school within our conference. We'll actually scrimmage against Eastern before we play Whitman on Saturday, and that is with intention so that we can be prepared for high-level tennis and hopefully be sharpening our competitive skills a little bit more. Whitman has been strong for many, many years. We know their roster pretty well. They have several notable new additions that definitely have a different game style than we've seen before. They have a little more diversity across their roster and the types of playing styles. Sometimes when we prepare for a school certain match, it's like, okay, their coaching staff teaches a certain play style, and so we can kind of, as a program, teach how to compete against that play style. And Whitman, I think, is a little unique from that, where there are several different players who have different styles, and we ultimately don't know who's going to end up playing who because rosters aren't super established yet. So the best that we can do as we prep for Whitman is just make sure that we're owning the pieces that are in our control, and we're definitely sharpening those skills on court this week.